St. Louis is a happy place on earth. It's near Canada, but it's in Illinois. But there's been a few train crashes over the years. But one was crashed so long ago in 1800s. This is the story of the St. Louis ghost train. In the 1890s, the new Canadian National trains were introduced. Everyone was so exciting. And don't forget, they're all powerful and steamable and unrecognizable and powerful and freight trains. 3 of them were brand new and several. And one was the Ruby. And it was introduced as well. And the newest train of all time is in the Canadian National St. Louis, Canada. It was called the Ruby. The Ruby is the most powerful freight train in the whole world. It was quietly brand new as well. And it has massive power, steam locomotives, and powerful freights. Even though it was pulling a freight train or passenger train, until things got changed. That night, Saint Valentine's Day, February 14th, the holiday train, the Ruby, was going home after a week in the hotel in the Pacific Ocean. It was traveling well, and coaches and seems not too bad, until they were doing good and they were enjoying the ride. Now, each car contains a dining table and coaches, sleeping beds, and don't forget an inn. Things were slightly doing good. Yep, it's kind of fortunate. They were doing good until there was a freight train with a lot of boxcars. The driver slammed the brakes and blow the whistle for signal. But it was too late. After a terrible incident, the Ruby had crashed into the caboose and to 3 boxcars, and the holiday train was destroyed. Many reporters found that people screaming for help. Yeah, people screaming for help. And the firefighters and the police would come and rescue them. But every Valentine's night, you could see the Ruby trying to get through, but she never made it. But many reporters found there were 2 twinkly lights, and one was shining super bright. And that circle would be the ghost train. I shared this video to someone that I don't know. Then the lights began to disappear and disappear. As you can see, it's fireflies, but it's November. And the lights are beginning to reappear every single time. Like every single one are beginning to reappear and disappear. And they began to disappear and reappear, over and over and over and over again. And suddenly, a flashing light appeared from the video that I shared with. The Ruby was there, and it was coming. But it was permanently out of service because of a wreck. And many reporters found the ghost train. The ghost train was a flashy and ready train that was introduced so long ago. There was this flashiest light showing everywhere. You'll be correct, that would be the Ruby. But it's a ghost train. From this video, he solved it. I couldn't get any information regarding the flashy lights. But luckily, there was the biggest flashiest light ever. That will be the shiniest CSX ever. But it's the Ruby. But it kept on getting brighter and brighter. Even bright. Even worse. It's a ghost train. Yep. 2 flashing lights are back again. And suddenly, a light appeared again. And it shines super bright this time. And I couldn't find it because I live in Georgia, not in St. Louis. But you could still find the ghost train. You could still, on February 14th, you could still see the train. But the Ruby was a ghost. And the shiniest, that was the Ruby. That's a code red. and it shines super bright than before, like a star. Yep, it's a star. As you can see, the camera is shaking because of a train or the winds. I don't know, whatever. And it got smaller. And another video that I shared is this one any minute now when it shows the credits. There it is. Could you take a look really closely? If you look really closely, the train is coming. You be correct. It's the Ruby or it's an electric diesel. Which one? Survivors. The fire spreaded and it killed everyone. It took them a whole night to clear the fire. But the next morning, 61 people passed away. The only survivor was a 12-year-old boy. He was at the rear end the entire time. He had survived. He had little burns and was taken to the hospital for several weeks. You could still see the Ruby. She was on the tracks, but the tracks were removed in the 1980s. So remember, the Ruby, when you see her, she is pulling a really long passenger train. Like a lot of cargo, a lot of equipment, a lot of passengers talking, and the equipment crew. Well, it looks like I have to end the video here. When the next time you're on St. Louis on Valentine's Day, you'll see her.